In this chapter, we will continue discussing about Rwanda-specific topics. Previously, when we were talking about why it's important to keep your house visits respectful and not asking certain questions, especially regarding the genocide, let's not forget, we still have to maintain the respect, but also having the awareness for others around you. When I was there, I had visited not only a genocide memorial, but I also got to step foot Rio Hotel Rwanda. And for those of you who have not seen, I would recommend Hotel Rwanda. Although it is a good movie, but do keep in mind, it is very graphic and it will probably shock you at first. And that's why there were other movies that I had to watch before then, even though I had already seen Hotel Rwanda prior. Keep in mind that when you visit this memorial, because obviously I don't know what your agenda will look like or what your team leader will include, was definitely a very rich history. But at the same time of it, it was a moment of feeling a mixture of where it's a museum, but also felt like stepping into a cemetery where respect is a critical factor. Because in this museum, they had very strict signage that said the following things: no photos or videos, silence your phones and your voices, appropriate attire such as no shorts or tank tops. It was definitely a very emotional moment, and also it was definitely a tough situation because not only was I seeing like corpses, but luckily they were just skeletons, but also seeing pictures of graphic details, very much something that was a little bit traumatizing. But then I just had to remind myself, even though this is a very uncomfortable time to have to be exposed to this kind of information and seeing it up close at hand, a reminder that maybe embracing that uncomfortability grows some character, but also learning to build endurance for your own life. And what matters more is how you respond or how you handle, because let's not forget, stress and trauma are two factors that happen in life that are not avoidable. But what matters more is how you handle the situation in a professional manner. If you are feeling a little bit traumatized, or if you are not really sure of what to do at the memorials or wherever it is that you're going, it never hurts to talk to your team leader, especially if you need to work towards finding yourself an out. And I'll say this again, if you are feeling uneasy and you don't know what you're doing, talk with your team leader to find yourself an out. Everyone was very much on edge and it felt surreal. And it was so much so to the point, there was actually a woman in our group who was left in tears. And then the next day, we went to church. Then we went to another area on the property to kind of have a little debrief and have a meeting and discussing what's all to know. And I mean, this woman was crying. Got out of my seat to comfort her and just kind of pat her on the shoulder, and then I kind of gave her a hug as well to try to just cheer her up a little bit. And if you feel that it's going to hit you hard, it never hurts to talk to your team leader, especially if you feel any sense of triggers. Talk with your counselor, especially if you are feeling the signs of stress and you need to kind of discuss, hey, this is what happened to me in my life. I feel like I might be triggered. Can you help me work towards a solution so I don't cause a scene or I don't react to anything negatively or harshly?